Andrew. It's one of those kind of hidden products that we only do a few times, but beloved around here. It's coming up in this hour. But first, fiber mucil. Are we getting enough fiber?
Well, typically Americans do not. That's a problem. We don't eat diets that are rich in fruits and vegetables or nuts or seeds or whole grains. We just do not.
Right.
And that's why regularity is something that so many Americans struggle with. It's a serious problem. All you need to do is walk down the sort of the stomach aid aisle at a grocery store or pharmacy.
Sure.
And you see so many different products that aid with regularity or constipation. So fiber is what our body, it's basically what our digestive system, it's one of the normal natural constituents of the food we consume. You know, there's a lot of information about the carnivore diet and things like that, but human beings have a much longer digestive tract than a carnivore does, which is a much shorter digestive tract.
Oh, really?
So we have a digestive tract. Our teeth are the teeth of an animal that's going to be eating fruits and vegetables and grains and things like that. So fiber is an integral part of healthy digestion. It needs to be intelligently delivered, and this is the mildest and most natural fiber that also is the most powerful you're going to find. So it's mild, but it's also powerful. Only 1 or 2 capsules with a meal is all you need. Also, when you add this to Cholesterol, or if you have a couple of capsules of this when you have your oatmeal or oat bran, all it does is enhance the cholesterol-lowering benefits of those ingredients. So it just makes Cholesterol, oatmeal, oat bran work even better in terms of cholesterol reduction. But the real key to this product, it is, if you read the reviews, fiber is typically not a very positively reviewed ingredient. Most of the fiber drinks on the market are synthetic fiber. They are not natural fiber.
Right.
This is entirely natural fiber. The only thing we do is we take the hulls of these psyllium seeds, the hulls, the outside, and we grind them into a fine powder. There's nothing added, nothing chemically processed whatsoever. And it's that ultra fine powder that makes it so easy on your stomach and so natural and so effective that most fibers like kind of gritty like sawdust.
Yeah.
This is like dust.
It is dust.
I mean, even you could see it, it's blowing in the studio as I open the capsule.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so mild and so effective.
That's, I mean, look, you see it, the difference between this and others. Andrew, when we talk about the fiber then, just to pick you up on, you know, other forms of processed fiber, or why is this better?
Well, when you see the fibers in products that you can mix with water and it makes a clear solution, usually those are derived from corn or wheat or grains. They're processed. A lot of them are like dextrin or maltodextrin.
Right.
So what they are, they're not a true natural fiber that has the benefits. Part of the reason why I could say this helps Cholesterol lower your cholesterol better because it has an incredible water-soluble fiber. And it's real, natural water-soluble fiber, not water-soluble fiber that was manufactured and processed out of corn or out of wheat or something like that. So this is fiber the way Mother Nature intended it, not some chemical processing byproduct of corn or wheat that some pharmaceutical company intended.
So if you were going to take a fiber product, you would take this one with all the information given to you. Now, pricing, again, we have our extra special savings coming to an end at midnight. So this pricing is good till midnight tonight. Nice to see some of the larger caps off options as well.
And again, because people might take 1 or 2 capsules with each meal, we make it a larger size. And also it's not just less than a dime, it's less than 9 cents a capsule.
Very affordable.
It's about a dime a capsule in the 720. It's a little more than a dime a capsule in the 360. So it's unbelievably affordable, and it's the same quality capsules of all my products that instantly dissolve, liberating that fine powder. You never have to worry about this sitting like a bunch of like fiber or wood or sawdust in your stomach. This is an ultra-fine powder, and what it does is it naturally and gently does its work. It also is cleansing and detoxifying for the digestive system.
I mean, it's a foundational product to our health, right?
Fiber, it's technically not a nutrient. I almost kind of mistakenly said it's an essential nutrient. It's an essential component of our diet, even though it's not being absorbed. It's kind of like probiotics. If I talk about my Friendly Flora or my Ultimate Friendly Flora, probiotics are an integral, sort of not quite nutrient, but even when we think about probiotics, they are so vital to our good health. If we looked at the number of cells of probiotics in our colon, it outnumbers the number of cells in our entire body. Gosh. So as many cells as we have in our body, there are more cells. So again, there are things that we don't absorb into our body, like fiber, like probiotics, that play a critical, critical role in our health and how our body has been and always was designed to function.
Remember, majority of us, I think it's fair to say as we head over, majority of us just don't have enough fiber in our diets. I mean, I wonder what the numbers are, Andrew, like how many, like one in...
Oh, I had a chart over there that would have said, but if the average amount of fiber we should get on a daily basis is say 30 or 40 grams, right. I think the average American gets about 5 or 10 grams.
Oh my gosh.
So unfortunately, most of what we eat is not rich in fiber, unfortunately. A lot of people, that's different. A lot of people have changed. I certainly tend to eat a fiber-rich diet, just the foods I like. I love snacking on nuts and seeds. I love legumes. Muriel makes her incredible pea soup. So for me, vegetables and things like that, Muriel's such a great cook that she makes foods that maybe when I was younger, I didn't find appealing. Brussels sprouts, for instance. Sure. She makes Brussels sprouts that I could eat like candy. Yeah. She sautés them up in olive oil with some herbs and spices, and they're just incredible.
It's funny how I taste Jack. Yes. He's so good at describing the food. That's what does it, Andrew. It's a talent of yours.
No, I like so many of you out there, I love to eat. Yeah. And it's a good thing that I was an athlete when I was younger, and I still engage in sports every single day, because if I didn't, I would be a much larger person standing up here.
Well, I think to that point, though, it's fair to say that we expect a lot from our bodies. Our bodies have got to do a lot of work, which is why products like DigestiSure are so important.
Another important thing, digestive enzymes are something our body makes. Without digestive enzymes, we couldn't be alive, because we would put food, all these complex foods, whether it's like chicken or fish or vegetables or fruits or nuts or seeds, whatever it might be, we put them in our stomach. And the only reason, if you really think about the complexity of the things we eat, the only reason we could break them down into their constituent molecules, literally their constituent molecules. So we're pulling out amino acids, we're pulling out individual molecules of carbohydrates, sugars, and triglycerides, fats. We're pulling all of these things out. And the only reason we could do that chemical work inside our body, and that's harsh chemical work. You could put a steak in the oven for an hour at 1,000 degrees. It's still a steak when you're done. It might be burnt, but it's still a steak. We actually break it into its constituent molecules, and that's all the work of enzymes. Enzymes have this ability to perform chemical reactions that should take extreme temperatures, but to do it at body temperature. To do it in our stomach and small intestines, it's almost beyond comprehension when you think about it. But enzymes are yet another thing that we don't necessarily absorb. Our body secretes them, but they do their work in our digestive tract. They're essential to our existence. Without adequate enzymes, not only could we not survive, but our digestion becomes uncomfortable, problematic, indigestion. And that's exactly what this product is designed to overcome and compensate for, the natural reduction in the secretion of enzymes that comes with age, that comes with stress, that comes with even so many of us take these proton pump inhibitors, the things that are these hydrogen antagonists, agonists, that they reduce the level of hydrogen ions available. And those hydrogen ions are essential for proteolytic enzymes, the enzymes that digest protein. So when you reduce the acid secretion, yes, it might reduce the symptoms of GERD or things like that, but it also reduces the efficacy of your enzymes to digest protein. That's one of the most important reasons for this product, to deliver those proteolytic enzymes. Also, acid in our stomach plays an important defensive role against inbound, say, bacteria or other issues. So when we reduce that acid, we eliminate a very important defense mechanism. Also, when we change the pH, we affect the probiotic environment in our stomach. So we should be very careful when we work with our doctors. I think a lot of folks look at those proton pump inhibitors and things like that as being the same as those old like Tums or Rolaids or things like that. Not even close. Tums and Rolaids, those just buffered. Those were minerals that buffered the acidity in your stomach. These other products go to the very manufacture, the very creation of those hydrogen ions. So it's an entirely different issue, and it comes with different consequences, and that's why I leave that to your doctors. But it's a serious conversation that you need to have. They shouldn't be popped like candy. They should be used just as reluctantly as any medication, only when you need it.
It's one of my desert island products, and what Andrew just discussed and described is certainly the reason I took it upon myself to start taking DigestAssure. So I love this product. If you struggle with digestive issues like I did with acid reflux, for me, it's helped a lot just to change my habits, change my routine, change what I'm eating, think about what I'm eating. This is a product that I cannot recommend enough.
Yeah, and it's not a drug, it's not a medicine, but we all struggle with digestion. And the critical component in digestion, we need to secrete adequate acid so it creates a proper environment for our enzymes to go to work. So we need those digestive enzymes. Or, as I said before, we can't break down the food, we can't extract the nutrients we need, and we're going to be uncomfortable through that entire process. So all this is designed to supplement the enzymes that our body, as we get older, tends to not adequately secrete. And the reviews on this product, I think it's rated 4.6 stars.
It is.
It's virtually perfectly reviewed.
There are 600 plus 5-star reviews. The pricing is good till midnight, everybody. $61.80, $360. If you order it in the next hour and 50 minutes, you'll get our fabulous pricing. So I hope you give it a go. You have a 30-day return policy. Really, tonight, maybe when you get into bed, or if you're already in bed, go to HSN's website, type in Andrew Lessman or vitamins, and you'll get an opportunity to read the reviews. We don't, kind of prioritize. All the reviews are there, Andrew. The good, the bad, the ugly, as it were.
Well, we don't remove, that's a very frequent question I'm asked. Do we filter the reviews? Do we remove bad reviews? No, every review is there, and my products are not perfectly reviewed, but they're almost perfectly reviewed. I think we might now overall be close to 100,000 reviews.
It's amazing.
And we average between 4.6 and 4.7 stars. And all of our products are customer picks. And frankly, if I make a product that isn't a customer pick, I change it.
Yeah.
I change it until I make, because if that's my report card. If I make a product that's rated 2.5 stars, I'm failing. So I need to go back to the drawing board. We make everything, so I start from scratch. And that's exactly what we've done with many products in the past.
Well, guys, this is going to be short but sweet. Run to the phone for the single greatest breath product on the market today. It is very rarely on the air. If it was up to me, we could spend a whole 50 minutes, an hour on this.
Only a few hundred in each size, too.
Andrew, every one of us here at HSN as hosts, we take this. It is the alternative, the true natural solution, right?
And it's about, I think, about 7 cents a capsule in the large size.
You've got to get this.
And what this product is, it relates directly to how we go about making our omega-3s have no fishy aftertaste. There are all sorts of interesting ingredients that Mother Nature makes. Spearmint oil, peppermint oil, parsley seed oil. And these interesting ingredients have a remarkable property as deodorizers.
Right.
And when we brush our teeth, when we floss our teeth, if we use mouthwash, yes, we could sanitize our mouth and we could cover up or deal with whatever's going on in our mouth. But we often forget, there's a little pipe that's about 1 foot long called our esophagus that directly connects to our stomach. And after we eat, after we drink something, our contents remain in our stomach for several hours. So if you had garlic or onions or coffee or whatever it might be, if you smoked cigarettes even, that effect to the contents of your stomach remains. So even you could have the freshest mouth in the world, but you are still, if you're talking to someone, that garlic is sitting in your stomach. It's only about 1 foot away from your mouth and another foot away, say, from their nose. So that's one way. And we found also a lot of the bad breath people have in the morning breath, isn't related to what's going on in their mouth, but is often related to what's going on in their stomach.
Yes.
So whether they take this in the evening or they take it first thing in the morning, and again, the only thing you get, parsley seed oil, peppermint oil, and spearmint oil, they're also rich in protective compounds. So it's just healthy as well.
Andrew, because I'm looking at these numbers, are there any more, or is that it?
That might be it.
Okay, so folks, with everyone on the phone line, there are 500 left. It looks like it's going to be a complete sellout. honestly, there are many breath products out there. This is the best. The natural, works like a dream. You've got to buy it. I think I've presented it I present it twice per year. It's never on the air. You've got to trust me, because I know this is a very fast presentation. Please, 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 please try it. If you want more confidence, if you want to be able to go on that date with somebody, you're going to work, if you struggle with morning breath, this product works like a dream. Take 1 or 2 per day. There's just not enough good words about it, Andrew.
It's a tiny capsule. You could take one. I mean, incredibly potent. If you want to get a sense of how potent, if you take a pin and poke a hole in one of those little capsules and then just kind of squeeze out some of the contents and put it on your finger and taste it, it's potent. Although some people love, it's not the way it's designed.
Right.
Some people love to chew on them. And again,
really?
And again, it's all it is. We use a little bit of flaxseed oil because the other oils are kind of thick and viscous. So we use a little bit of flaxseed oil, which is rich in omega-3s. And then it's parsley seed oil, peppermint oil, and spearmint oil. And these are incredibly concentrated extracted oils. So it's just Mother Nature's natural internal deodorant. And again, because no matter how fresh your breath, your mouth might be, it doesn't necessarily mean, and we all know this, I could have Muriel's really, really yummy, like sort of, she makes a marinara sauce with a lot of garlic in it. And I could have that, and I could brush my teeth, and my mouth is fresh. But I'll still notice that garlic. And why do I notice that garlic? Because it's only 12 inches away and sitting in my stomach.
Right.
And likely someone else talking to me who might notice that garlic as well if they were impolite enough to say something to me.
You're doing everybody a favor with this. I just want to quickly show you the pricing before it sells out. 6180, 360, or the 720 caps are available. It is a tiny price for amazing results.
And again, this is another product that when we introduced it, probably 25 years ago when we introduced it, it was double the price. Right. So it's another product that we've been able to make even more affordable over the years.
Rick, our producer, saying, Adam, you've got to go because it's about to go. So thank you.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Okay, so we're taking advantage of special savings and prices. We're about to talk about an extremely wonderful product. And the very first one, right?
Yeah, I didn't put this in the show, I forgot. So we pulled out our ginger, so maybe we'll show the ginger, because ginger is a wonderful natural digestive aid. It's sort of Mother Nature's natural tool for nausea, things like that. So also it's great, soothing for our joints as well. So we'll talk about it just afterwards. But because this is the foundation of everything.
Yes, it is.
And someone had asked before why there's no iron in it, because most people don't need iron. If you need iron, you should take iron separately, know exactly what you're taking. And I make an iron supplement that is, I think it's our most inexpensive product. And I do that specifically because I don't put iron in our multivitamin. I want to make sure that those people who need it, that their doctor told them they need to take it, they can get it incredibly affordably. Plus, unlike other iron, my iron will never, ever, ever upset your stomach.
So let me say this as plainly as I possibly can after learning so much over the past few years. If you put Andrew's Essential One up against any other multivitamin in the world today, I think you'll find that this outperforms every single one by far. If you are currently taking a multivitamin, I would encourage you to check and compare. Andrew, you designed this from the ground up and you've evolved over the years. There is no comparison, right?
There's no, I often say, I'd say to compare us to our competition, but there's really no comparison.
It's unfair to the competition.
There's no competition. I mean, the only thing they have over us is their tablets are much bigger. The tablets are much prettier colors. Their tablets are more difficult to swallow, and the tablets will likely upset your stomach.
Right.
My product is it's a small capsule. As you can see, it's a tiny capsule. And then, I'm going to open the capsule here, and then it contains an ultrafine powder. And that's the difference. That powder is the difference between a bellyache. The small capsule is what, here, if we put it there, you could just see it next to these.
Yes.
The capsule is soft, unlike a hard tablet. So the capsule gives way instead of your throat having to give way. And then that capsule within moments liberates a fine powder. That powder is designed to be pH neutral, so it will not upset your stomach. And the ingredients are designed to be instantly soluble to deliver benefits. And you'd think that I'm talking about it being so much milder and it's in a smaller capsule, that we've got to have much less nutrition in ours than theirs. Absolutely just the opposite. Because they have so many other additives in, we have lots of room to do just nutrition. Right. So you're getting higher levels of all the key vitamins. In fact, you could look at this chart right here. You get higher levels of everything that you'd typically be seeking. This is like a separate vitamin D. You get 2,000 IU of vitamin D in our product. So it's like a separate vitamin D. You get 250 micrograms of B12. It's like a separate B12. So all of these nutrients basically defining of a multivitamin. Plus, the leading brands don't contain they don't contain any zeaxanthin, and they might contain 1 or 2 lutein, but 99% of them contain 0 lutein, 0 lycopene, 0 zeaxanthin. So, and then our biotin, which is the beauty vitamin, we give 17 times higher levels of biotin than the leading multivitamins. So they just don't even come close.
And for many of us, again, you know, Centrum, One A Day, all of these brands that many of us have taken for a long time, if you compare the two, there's no comparison. Indeed, if you only buy one product this evening, you should definitely buy the essential one. I always find though, Andrew, when I'm chatting with friends or family that don't necessarily know of the Andrew Lessman name or HSN or watch, it's always a conversation I enjoy because it's hard to convince somebody that it's better.
Well, I think with my products, it's relatively easy because the things that make them different are things we can understand.
Right.
I've always provided lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin in my multivitamin. They do not.
Right.
So the absence speaks volumes. I've always provided higher levels of vitamin D since day one for 40 years. We have a special form of B12 that's not available anywhere else except in your body because it's the natural form. All the other supplements use cyanocobalamin, which liberates trace amounts of cyanide in your body. Cyanide's a poison. Yeah, it's found in our food supply, but it doesn't need to be in our multivitamins. So the fact that we don't have artificial colors. If you went to a nice restaurant, you went to any restaurant, a bad restaurant, there was artificial colors in your water or food, you'd send it back. Why should it be in a multivitamin, which should be the healthiest decision you make every day? So when you just go down the list of things we do, a tablet, harder to swallow, harder to dissolve, harder to disintegrate, harder to get benefits from. So the only person who benefits from a tablet is the manufacturer. That's why all of my products are ultrafine powder in a capsule, so you're guaranteed benefits without stomach upset, without difficulty swallowing or anything like that.
It's not marketing speech when I say to you, it is the greatest multivitamin in the world today. The facts are very telling. Forget me saying it. If you just look at the comparison, it is clearly the best. Pricing tonight is wonderful. You're getting the extra special savings. Right. Again, $360. Most people go for that. One per day, $109.
Yeah, only one per day. Again, 250 micrograms of B12. That's our separate B12. Just the vitamin D and B12, almost the price of the product itself. So it's when you get a multivitamin, it's the greatest opportunity to save because you're getting all of these things rolled into one. And there's no multivitamin in any supermarket or pharmacy, discount store. I was just looking that even compares.
If there was an Andrew Lessman instruction manual, it would say start here with a big arrow pointing to this.
Essential one.
So we just want to let everybody know ginger is available. There's not a presentation on it. Can we sum ginger up in 30 seconds?
Just very easy to sum up in 30 seconds. Ginger is something that people tend to take for 2 reasons. Kind of like turmeric, they'll take it for its digestive benefits, which turmeric has as well. But ginger tends to be taken for to sort of settle your stomach.
Right.
And then ginger is also taken for its soothing benefits, say, to our joints. So that's the 2 reasons to take ginger. Ginger has to be specially standardized for gingerols, which is exactly what we do. Gingerol's not ginger ale, so it's specially standardized.
Thank you for clarifying that.
To be sure.
We're going to head over this way. If you are on your laptop or your tablet and you type in the word turmeric into your, as I've been calling it, Google machine, as it were, this is, I don't know why I'm calling it that, but if you type it in, you will find a lot of people talking about turmeric in many, many ways.
Yeah, I've been talking about turmeric for about 30 years. So yet another example of something we've called to everyone's attention for decades. And again, turmeric is not as simple as throwing some ground up turmeric root into a capsule.
Right.
It's not even as simple as taking the best turmeric extract, which would be a 95% extract, and putting that in a capsule, because that wouldn't be well absorbed.
Right.
Turmeric resists absorption. And the way you overcome that is if you complex turmeric, we blend it at low temperature, you sort of cook it at low temperature, you complex it with fat. That's the natural way. That's the best way. There's another way to do it where you blend in some black pepper spice, some piperine, which for me, I'm not fond of that because black pepper spice can be irritating. Also, beyond that, black pepper spice can affect the absorption of certain medications, and I'd rather not have to warn anyone about medications if they're using my product. So we have found the most effective way to enhance, literally 3,000%, the most effective way to enhance the absorption of turmeric, the curcuminoids in turmeric, is to complex it with fat. That's the science, that's the clinical science, and abundant clinical science, and that's what we've done. A lot of companies, I see them out there, it's a good extract, and it's in a tablet or it's in a capsule, but they don't do anything to overcome the inherent absorptive issues of turmeric. So as I say, it's better than nothing, but not much.
But that's frustrating for many of us who maybe have purchased a turmeric product in the past to realize that we're not getting the maximum benefits. Well, what are we doing it for? If we're going to take anything, we want to make sure we're getting the most from it. Andrew's is standardized and you are receiving the maximum benefits. The reviews are fantastic. The pricing today is wonderful. 240 caps is under $90. Again, free shipping and handling up until midnight. So you have an hour and a half to order if you'd like to try it. There's only so much that we can say on TV, but if you do Google turmeric and benefits of, you will be blown away by the things that people say and have experienced and have realized. That's why it's an in-demand ingredient that a lot of folks swear by. So that's our turmeric. It is available in our 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes tonight. Reviews are through the roof. Andrew, final words on this one.
Turmeric is something that principally people are taking it for its soothing benefits to our joints. It shares some of the properties with other things we might take when we're having issues with our joints in terms of chemically the way it affects our cells. So turmeric is a natural ingredient that's taken with very strong science behind it. And if you go to the National Institute of Health website, the National Research Database, and you just type in turmeric or you type in curcuminoids and just put and just watch the autofill on the research, you'll be excited by the opportunities.
095156. I know there's a lot tonight. I think we're already through, I don't know how many products so far, Andrew.
Probably close to 15 or 18 products. So normally we spend more time, but I just want to jump around and give everyone an opportunity to see a variety of products.
Do we know how many products in total are in the line, Andrew?
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm sure it changes.
Most companies, we're adding new products all the time. We'll be adding later this year or early next year, we'll be adding a pet product.
Right.
Our first pet joint
Very
product.
excited about that.
We're going to be adding some children's vitamins, vitamin C drinks, so we're adding things. But our principal products are really, most companies that have been around for 40 years, as I have, they have probably over 1,000 products.
Right.
We probably have a couple of dozen key products and maybe 100 total products. So we tend to focus on the most important products and not try to create a lot of random products that create, I think, a little bit of confusion.
And I think we appreciate that. It's the meaningful ones, and meaningful. In this case, we're talking cinnamon. People had often said, I know about blood sugar metabolism, and this is something that you would highlight.
Cinnamon is an ingredient obviously it's been a popular spice for hundreds upon hundreds of years. But cinnamon is something that recently has been attributed, the traditional benefits of cinnamon in terms of the way we manage our blood sugar, those traditional benefits have now been validated by science. Again, it's not simply consuming cinnamon. What you need to do is make sure that that cinnamon extract is going to be concentrated in specific components. And as you see here, we're talking about the type A polymers, which are polyphenols, flavones. So we use 3 different standardized extracts of cinnamon to accomplish this product. If you read the reviews on this product, the reviews are exceptional. I think it's rated 4.6 or 4.7 stars.
Yes, it is 4.7.
And so again, that's a product with 95+% positive reviews. It's a product that whatever your doctor has you doing in terms of managing your blood sugar metabolism, your insulin metabolism, you might be taking something like metformin, you might be watching what you eat in terms of carbohydrate and sugar, you hopefully are being active in terms of lifestyle. Those are all things that are critically important that you follow your doctor's instructions. And cinnamon is just one of those things, like managing your diet appropriately. Cinnamon is just a healthy addition to your diet to support those goals, to support the effort you're already making to get the best results.
And pricing, I don't have a chart here, but you'll see it's, I mean, 30, 60, 120 or 240, free shipping and flex pay available on the larger size.
You don't have a chart because we did special savings. So that's why you don't have a chart.
That would explain it, Andrew.
So we decided before the visit to do special savings. So again, cinnamon's a great opportunity. We need to, I always say, we need to manage our blood sugar. We usually get numbers from our doctor when we get a blood test. We get our fasting blood sugar number. We get our A1C, which is a really important number, because our fasting blood sugar is just a snapshot of what our blood sugar was at the moment they drew our blood. The A1C is more of like an extended video over a period of a couple of months that gives us more insight into what our blood sugar is over that period of time. So it's really important to get our A1C down into the mid to low 5s or even into the high 4s.
And again, as you said, it's about the standardized product, right?
Well, again, cinnamon extract, cinnamon's a great healthy spice. It contains protective compounds, but this cinnamon bears no relationship. It's like regular turmeric. Our turmeric extract costs about 20 times more than just plain turmeric spice. And it contains versus 1 to 3% curcuminoids, ours contains 95%. So again, with cinnamon extract, it's the same thing. We dramatically concentrate the important ingredients when we make an extract.
Folks, just for those of you that were wondering, because I got messages about healthy hair, skin, and nails, I believe it is in the show tonight. I think we are
coming up.
Yeah.
Yes. Briefly.
If you are looking for that, special savings there to be had as well. So cinnamon is available. Incidentally, if you are just tuning in, we take great pride in showing off and showcasing the fact that this is all made out of Henderson, Nevada, in a facility that is second to none. Really the only one like it in the world, Andrew.
I think we're the largest private solar panel installation in the world. It's the largest facility in terms of that facility. We don't use any electricity. We generate more power than we use electricity. So, and again, we even have on our new building, we have space on the roof to add even more solar panels as we add more activities. So we will always maintain a zero carbon footprint operation there.
Quick question.
Yes.
A quick aside. Do the solar panels ever need replacing?
We replaced the solar panels on our original building about 5 years ago because HSN was flying a drone to take pictures during a broadcast.
No.
It wasn't HSN, it was a company in Nevada that HSN had hired.
Right.
And they crashed into the solar panels.
Oh my gosh.
But the funny thing was, we never knew what happened, and the guys who crashed the drone, they didn't tell HSN, they didn't tell us. So my friend Matt, who built our buildings and everything like that, Matt said to me, I think like a meteor hit our building or something like that. So we had to review security footage and finally figure out what happened. But no, we haven't. The solar panels thus far, they're still performing well. But as we add new solar panels, it's amazing. They perform better and better. The technology keeps getting better.
It's incredible. It's something to be proud of. Really fast, a mention on berberine, Andrew?
Berberine is, it's one of those things that's not getting as much praise as it deserves. Berberine is a close cousin, both in terms of color and properties, to turmeric. Okay. Berberine has those same soothing properties to our body. It also has the same benefits as cinnamon does in terms of helping support healthy blood sugar metabolism, healthy insulin metabolism, and as well, healthy lipid levels too. So berberine is an incredible product. You do have to take higher levels of it. You'll have to take at least 1 or 2 capsules with each meal. Okay. But berberine is truly a remarkable botanical ingredient. You'll hear more and more about it. We introduced it about 5 years ago. You'll start hearing more and more about it in the future. Free shipping and handling, great savings if you order before midnight. And time, because kind of a year ago when we were doing these Monday shows, they were typically between 7 and 9 p.m. Right. So now they're a little later. I keep having to adjust the fact that all of this pricing is expiring a little sooner. You only have an hour and 25 minutes or so, Andrew. Right, at midnight. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe for like Pacific time, they give 3 hours more for the people in California, hopefully. I don't think they do. Oh. I know. That wouldn't be very nice. That's not a good policy. I've often wanted that, Andrew. I don't think so. So the people in California, that would be fair. Well, no, I guess they get more time on the West Coast, don't they? Oh, no. No, it would go later, yeah. We need to send a memo. So what's the story? Am I wrong, Jenny? Yes. It does expire at midnight Eastern. No, 3 a.m., see? Oh, you see?
What do I know? I'm useless.
It's HSN is fair. That's good.
Okay, even better then.
Otherwise, we'd be prejudicing those people in Henderson, Nevada, in California, right?
We're full of good ideas, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We resolved that. That's good.
That was a nice moment there. Folks, we're going to move along. I learned something the hard way. We're going to move along to our next. Let's talk about cranberries. Let's talk about how they don't really taste that good unless you add a lot of sugar. Correct, Andrew?
No, cranberries are incredibly bitter. Cranberry juice tastes delicious because of all the sugar that's added. So when you look at a typical cranberry juice, it's probably 150 to 200 calories a cup.
Right.
It's very high in sugar, but cranberry is an ingredient that when it comes to urinary tract, bladder, it was a traditional remedy, and I always say that cranberry, kind of like turmeric, there's a few of these botanicals that are becoming sort of the poster child that validates that old traditional medicine. They actually knew what they were talking about when it came to some ingredients, and actually an awful lot of ingredients. But then what they had is they had experience. Science is just sort of really disciplined experience. So when you do an experiment, well, in fact, in French, the word for experiment is experience, expérience. So it's funny that the word for experiment in French is experience.
Right.
So the experience that all these traditional physicians and doctors had for generations and generations, it's sort of like an experiment. Nowadays, we do it in a very concentrated discipline setting, and that's our experiment, that's our experience. So what I'm saying is cranberry is one of those ingredients that is sort of the poster child for an ingredient that was traditionally valued and respected for its benefits in terms of our urinary tract and bladder, and now science has validated, not just validated in terms of observing those benefits, but understanding how it delivers those benefits, how it actually works. And I always say that completes the circle. In terms of science, it's one thing to say, well, it just does it. Well, what is it, magic? Is it a miracle? What you really want to know as a scientist is, okay, it does it. Now let's understand why it does it, how it does it, because that will help us enable us to use it even better if we really understand how it works.
Pricing fabulous. Again, 4 different options, 240 caps is only $39.90. So extremely affordable to add cranberry into your regimen. For those of us that are drinking cranberry juice and thinking, well, I don't need this because I've got my cranberry juice that I enjoy every morning, that's not the same thing, is it, Andrew?
Well, the cranberry juice, for those of us who want to be healthy, want to maintain a healthy weight, cranberry juice and the sugar it contains isn't a great thing.
Right.
If you're eating cranberries, if you enjoy them and they're a little bitter without added sugar, then that's great. But again, the benefit, what we've done here, we've concentrated the cranberry for its beneficial protective compounds. And that's the natural pink color of the concentrated cranberry. So it's a product that if you read the reviews on this product, I think it's another product that's rated something like 4.6 or 4.7 stars.
Yep.
And again, it's a product that's 4.8 stars, that's over 95% positive reviews. So I haven't read any reviews during this show. You can go to hsn.com, but understand that all the products we were speaking about, all of them are customer picks. All of them have between probably 85 and 98% positive reviews.
I believe it was 649 reviews in total and 570 a perfect 5-star.
So 90% are 5-star reviews, basically. Yep.
Thank you for your orders here on our cranberry. We have an action-packed 20 minutes left, I promise you, so I'm going to head over this way. Still to come, healthy hair, skin, and nails. Still to come, some of the most popular, most reordered products of all time. And that leads me to this, circulation and vein support. It might be swollen feet, tired feet, it might be calves.
Enlarged veins,
yes.
Legs that just seem kind of restless, legs that vibrate, legs that cramp at night, that are uncomfortable. This is, without question, one of the most important products I make.
Yes.
And one of the products that I think some people just don't think it could actually deliver.
Right.
That we think that the issues we possess with our feet, ankles, and calves, yes, it's the aging process, but the aging process doesn't have to go forward without us fighting back, without us trying to do something to contend with it. And this is a product, the clinical science, the clinical research, as strong as it is on any ingredient I have, this is just as strong. So it's an ingredient that the reviews, again, this is a product that I think it's rated 4.5 or 4.6 stars.
Yep.
And I think it has probably close to a couple of thousand reviews.
2,300.
2,300 reviews, probably more than 1,500 of them are 5-star reviews, probably closer to 1,600 or 1,700 are 5-star reviews. So it's a product that's incredibly well reviewed. And if you want to read the most passionate and compelling reviews that I've received on any product, I encourage you to read them on Circulation Vein Support for Healthy Legs. It's a product that truly delivers. The ingredients are recommended by medical doctors in Europe for it's treated and regulated differently there because we don't sell it as a drug or medicine here. It's just a natural ingredient that's derived from the rind, actually, of oranges, of all things. And it comes from Spain. That's where we get our oranges.
And I always say, just to jump in, because I always joke with Andrew, if my mom was here, she would run up and give Andrew a big kiss on the cheek, because my mom, when she comes to visit, she takes this home with her every single time back to England. For her, the look of her legs and the feeling is so different now that she started to take this product. So for what it's worth, my mom goes nuts for this. And it's not just her. When Andrew says about these results, I mean, 80% are perfect 5 stars at 2,400 reviews out of 2,900, another 235 at 4 stars. Virtually everybody that bought this product said it was incredible. Now, bear in mind, most products on HSN have 10 reviews, let alone over 2,000. So if we're describing you tonight, you owe it to yourself to try it.
And even the other day, or today, in fact, I was looking at vitamins in a grocery store here. And I was looking at it the other day as well on Saturday. But I was looking at circulation products, and there were about a half a dozen of them. Not a single one of them contained diosmin, the key ingredient in this product. I think basically because of expense.
Right.
And diosmin, nothing has the science and research of diosmin. It would almost be like making a joint product without glucosamine or chondroitin, or an eye product without lutein and zeaxanthin. Shocking. So none of them contain diosmin. Most of them didn't even contain the butcher's broom extract that we have as well. And we can have a number of ingredients, and those are the 2 most important. And then even the ones they had, they weren't even standardized extracts. So I look at those products, there's no reason that product should work at all when I look at those products. This product, you can expect, you could read the reviews, you could expect it's going to work just as the clinical science on the ingredients in it have said it does. We'll read some reviews finally. Sure. We have 10 or 15 minutes left. I'm finally getting to some reviews. Amazing. Thank you, Andrew. This has helped me tremendously, and I will never be without it. I have several issues, and your vitamins have truly made a huge difference in how I feel. I take this and several of your other vitamins to help my body and bones. Your vitamins have changed my life. I've never felt better. Thank you. You are amazing. That's very kind. Great supplement. I've been using this product for about a year and really noticed the difference in my ankles and legs. I take them at night, never have restless legs or cramps in my calves. I take many of Andrew Lessman's products and feel very thankful to have discovered them. I have complete confidence in his products and their health benefits. Thank you, Andrew, for all that you do and that you stand for. Very
These are
nice.
lengthy reviews, Andrew. It's not like a couple of words.
No, all reviews are extremely well written. Wow, what a wonderful product. I've suffered from swelling and discomfort in my legs and feet every day since and before I had knees and hips replaced. This product really works for me. It has taken away that creepy feeling and leg jerking at night too. I ran out, waited for a couple of weeks to test it, and back came all my problems. So I ordered the big size. The first time I took it, I was working in the garden, came in and sat down, and it was about an hour later, I noticed my legs were not experiencing any discomfort. I will not be without it again. And this is a product that works quickly. 30 days is ample time, usually within a matter of days or a week or two. Excellent results, highly recommend. I had significant uncomfortable swelling of my lower legs and ankles for several years. Based on the excellent reviews of this product, I decided to give it a try. I have had excellent results. I now have only occasional minimal swelling. If I discontinue use for more than a few days, the significant swelling recurs. For anyone experiencing similar problems, I would highly recommend giving this supplement a try. I am a senior on a tight budget, and the special pricing events make it possible for me to use this supplement on a daily basis. We'll do one more. No more swollen calves and ankles. I've been taking this product for only a week, And wow, what a difference it has made. My left calf was half a size larger than my right, and my ankles were the size of softballs. My feet felt like pins and needles at times and would tingle. I couldn't even lift my left leg up to put on my socks and shoes. Now, my calves are the same size, maybe even smaller. I have no more swollen ankles, no more pins and needles, and I could sit Indian style again. Goosebumps. It's been years since I've been able to do that. Yep, I highly recommend this product. Wow. I picked some good ones.
No other words can be spoken. Folks, if you'd like to try it, it's there. Key to what Andrew said, you'll start to feel a difference in just a matter of days. That's what's exciting. So there's the opportunity there.
And everything comes with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So you either fall in love with the product or I insist you send it back. And I say that with confidence because all these products, we follow the research, we follow the science. I also know that of all the products here at HSN, we have the lowest return rate.
Not only the lowest return rate, the most highly reviewed line in our company
and the highest
history.
Reorder rate.
It gives you some idea of how popular it is. I want you to get excited because the moment has arrived. Healthy hair, skin, and nails. You will not believe the results in your hair, your skin, and your nails. Hundreds, thousands, millions. Many folks, if asked, would say that this is their one and only Andrew Lessman product, the one they would never live a day without. If you have been tempted by anything tonight, I absolutely encourage you to indulge in ordering this. An astonishing, record-breaking 4,400 five-star reviews. Andrew, it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, it's a product, again, that delivers, and it's a product that's a byproduct of a lot of years of hard work. We talked about Essential One, that in the years we've had Essential One, I've probably gone through, Essential One originally started in 1979.
Right.
Since 1979, there's probably been, I'd say, 25 or 30 versions of that at least. When it comes to healthy hair, skin, and nails, in about the 25 years that it's existed, there's probably been at least 20 versions. We're constantly improving it. We're constantly making it better. And that even is just choosing the proper raw materials, choosing the proper source and form of biotin, making sure you're getting all the ancillary nutrients, making sure it's at the right potency, again, making sure it's in a small, easy to swallow capsule, so you'll enjoy taking it. It won't be a problem to take it because what good is a product that you're going to be disgusted by every time you take it because it's hard to swallow, it upsets your stomach, it makes you nauseous. So we have to make a product that not only delivers in terms of benefits, but doesn't cause any problems. And if you read the reviews, it's a product that I think we average over 90% positive reviews on this product.
Andrew, forgive me for pointing this out. I was just thinking to myself,
this is a special price on the screen again.
Guys, can you see? Look,
the chart was going to be the price for the visit, and then we lowered the price for the visit. So the large size, so actually all the sizes are a little bit less expensive.
I kind of looked twice and three times. This price is amazing for the 360. If you order it tonight, it's $59. Take another $10 off it.
Right, and at $59, that's about 15 cents a capsule.
Wow.
So you're getting,
oh my gosh,
this our best reviewed product, the most sophisticated hair, skin, and nail product for 15 cents. And then something that really sort of annoys me this is my industry, so of course I'm entitled to maybe get annoyed. But when you see these hair, skin, and nail products that I see at stores, and I'll now see an entire display at stores that are all gummies.
Yes.
So people are now taking gummy multivitamin, gummy hair, skin, and nail, gummy joint product, gummy, gummy, gummy. My products are easy to swallow, ultra-fine powder. You could open the capsule and dump it into anything if you really don't want to swallow it. But they're small, easy to swallow. There's no additives. Gummies, every time you swallow a gummy, they're like 15, 20, 30 calories of sugar. So you're taking a bunch of gummies, all you're getting is sugar. Frankly, I think gummies, I think they violate one of the fundamental rules of Food and Drug law, which used to be called the jelly bean rule. That you couldn't just take a jelly bean, put some vitamins in it, and say, it's healthy. Miraculously, it's healthy. So what are gummies? They're kind of like jelly beans, except they put some nutrients in them. And so to me, they're just disrespectful products. They're deceptive and disrespectful products. So on my product, there's no color, there's no sugar. All you're getting are the nutrients that ensure those incredible reviews that we've gotten. And because I don't think we should be fooled into, we're not children, we don't need to take gummies. And even if we can't swallow pills, look at the size of my capsule. My capsule is tiny.
It is.
That's a tiny capsule. So virtually anyone can swallow it. Plus it's soft. And you could always open this and you could mix it into a beverage.
Sure.
You could mix it into yogurt, oatmeal, applesauce. So again, why insult your body and take those gummies? I think the most popular hair, skin, and nail vitamin online or on Amazon or whatever it might be, I think it might be a gummy.
Wow.
And I just, I scratch my head or I hit my head. I'm not sure. It just astounds me. Every year there are billions of packets of sugar substitute used. Every time someone swallows a gummy, it's the equivalent of a packet of sugar, basically. But
Andrew, you understand that unless somebody is here watching you now, they wouldn't necessarily know that because we trust inherently what we see.
Right. And it's, as much as I think our government tries to make labels that are informative, the labels are confusing. So I think we miss out oftentimes. I try to do labels that have a lot of information on it. So if you read the paragraph, you learn a lot. My goal is not just to provide a product, because if all I do is provide a product, then the next thing you know, you're going to try somebody else's product.
Right.
But if you learn about the product, then the only way you're going to change is if you learn something that tells you that you could try something better. And frankly, the more you learn, the more you're kind of going to be stuck with my products, because the more you learn, the more you know how good they are.
Well, folks, we've caused a lot of excitement. We are extremely busy. You'll notice if we just go back to the chart real fast, the pricing that it was supposed to be tonight, you'll notice if I take the 360, it was supposed to be $69.90. If you now look at the graphic on the screen, it's not 69, it's $59 with the free shipping. So ignore this. If you order tonight, you will get an additional saving, another $10 off. So to get the large size for $59 is extraordinary opportunity.
And even at this product has always been a 2 capsule a day product.
Right.
When I introduced it over 20 years ago. Today, with 1 capsule, you're getting 5 times the potency of the key ingredients, including biotin, than you got with the original. So that's why today, back then, 100% of the folks taking it took 2 capsules a day.
Right.
Now, it's really 1 or 2 capsules daily. So I'd say half the folks who get it, it's 1 capsule, meaning that it's just become, and this is lower priced today than when I introduced it. So another product that we increased its potency, and it's probably about half the cost it was when I introduced it over 20 years ago. So now for a little more than $0.10 a capsule, and that might be all you need. So it just has become incredibly, and this won't be a Today Special again until the middle of 2020, just so you know.
Okay.
So that's
great time.
That's just important to know. Yep.
Well, we see you there, everybody. We have about 5 minutes left. We want to quickly mention phytoceramides. We don't have time for a full presentation tonight. Andrew, why phytoceramides?
Phytoceramides, we see so many products on the market that we slather on the outside of our body as moisturizers.
Yes.
And the best way to moisturize our skin is to drink water and to enhance the body's natural moisturizing system, which are phytoceramides. That's how your body holds on to the moisture, the water we consume. And don't ever think, a lot of us as we get older, both men and women, we have bladder issues, urinary frequency issues, we drink less water. Don't ever think you could have healthy looking, radiant, moisturized skin if you're not drinking adequate fluid. You can't. All you need to do, spend some time in a hospital and spend some time around patients who are a bit dehydrated. You could look at them and see that. So you want to make sure for everything in your body, for the functioning of your urinary tract and bladder, for your liver, other systems in your body, you want to always be adequately hydrated. Sometimes vanity is the biggest motivator. so for the beauty of our skin, we want to be adequately hydrated, and phytoceramides makes the most of that hydration. Again, folks, stay in the ordering process for our healthy hair, skin, and nails. Extremely busy. Everybody wanted to take advantage of that extra $10 off. It's a great time to do it. I'm thrilled that we're ending the show here because I've not had the chance to present this in a while. I love what you're about to see. If you're not eating enough of your greens or your fruits,
Andrew has a product, well, two products that are gonna help you. As Andrew explains this, I want you to think about anybody in your family that you love to death, but you know they're not eating right, you know they're not doing what they should be doing. Andrew, this is an affordable way to give your body what it needs.
And it's an affordable way to get what are both really expensive foods, and it's not surprising that standardized extracts from those foods are also very expensive, whether it's standardized extracts from cruciferous vegetables or standardized extracts from berries. To give you a sense of how powerful this is a capsule of the fruitful antioxidant extracts. Also, it should give some insight into why I scratch my head when I see companies using artificial colors to color vitamins, because you don't need artificial colors. These are just the anthocyanins present in very powerful, potent standardized extracts.
Right.
And as you see, that's just one capsule. And eventually, this will become, as the color settles in, it'll become opaque. And that's just one capsule.
That's a whole picture right there.
And that's probably at least a gallon, more than a gallon of water. And that's just one capsule in a gallon of water. So it gives you a sense that when we look at, oh, where's the chart for, oh, here it is.
You got it?
It's down here. When we look at fruitful antioxidant extracts, it's 100% pure. So the only thing in here is nutrition. No binders, fillers, additives, flowing agents, but it's all standardized extracts of all these different fruits and berries. Acai berry, 3 different sources. Bilberry, 25% and 10% anthocyanins. Bilberry costs close to $1,000 a kilo.
Wow.
That's 2 pounds.
Wow.
Our cranberry extract, 40 milligrams. So what we've done is basically 40 milligrams of acai berry, bilberry, black elderberry, cranberry, grape skin, standardized for polyphenols. Pomegranate extract, blueberry extract, cherry extract, chokeberry extract, grapeseed extract, raspberry extract, resveratrol, 20 milligrams, strawberry extract, strawberry concentrate, blackberry extract, standardized for anthocyanins, apple extract for polyphenols, and vitamin C. And these are not, so if you'd buy dry fruit, they might cost $1 or $2 a kilo.
Yeah.
These extracts all cost between $50 and $1,000 or more per kilo. It dramatically changes the cost of the ingredient because it dramatically changes their benefits, their health benefits.
I think, and I know we're running out of time, but for so many of us, it doesn't take me or Andrew to tell you that, you know, we should be eating these green leafy vegetables, these fruits, but most of us don't for whatever reason. With this, it's easy for me on a morning. I just take a capsule and I feel good. Andrew, my favorite of the two is actually the cruciferous vegetables. Tell everybody what's on this.
Well, the cruciferous vegetables are standardized for glucosinolates, most importantly in sulforaphane. So we have our broccoli extract, red cabbage extract, which red cabbage, the reason why it's red, it also contains anthocyanins like the berries. Mustard seed extract standardized for glucosinolates, wasabi extract standardized for glucosinolates, same with Brussels sprout extracts and kale extract. So what we've done, again, you can't even compare the levels of these glucosinolates when we're eating cruciferous vegetables compared to the standardized extract. You'd have to eat in abundance, and hopefully what these products do serve as a reminder that all those fruits and these vegetables contain these recognized, these acknowledged beneficial compounds. So what we do as a standardized extract, we remove the calories, we remove the fiber, we focus on those beneficial compounds, and that's what you're looking at here or in that other chart. It's also a reminder that those foods should be consumed. So I think a lot of us, it's just not that easy to eat those kinds of foods. And again, the healthiest of the fruits are the berries and the fruits that we have in our fruitful antioxidant extracts. The healthiest of the vegetables, I don't think there's much argument people saying it's cruciferous vegetables. It's the chart standing behind me.
It takes away all the excuses, because we all want to live as healthy and long a life as possible. And with something like this, whether it's fruitful or cruciferous, we know we're doing good. Every day when I take mine, I feel better. I feel better.
And the systems, everything from the urinary tract, everything from our blood vessels and circulatory system to our eyes, these products, both the standardized ingredients in these products, there's a long list of benefits that I could go into detail on, but I think we all know how healthy they are. but unfortunately, it's very difficult. You know, modern life just sort of happens, and it's challenging. And especially for me when it comes to berries, now most of the berries I probably eat at home are frozen when I make a smoothie. Because if they're in the refrigerator, if I don't get to them, if I get busy, they go badly quickly and they cost a fortune. So, and we could buy organic berries. You could buy actually organic vegetables and organic berries. Frozen are just as nutritious as fresh, in some cases even more. So that's a great way to ensure you get the nutrition you need.
Make sure you check out before the end of the night to secure the extra special savings. Andrew, you're back.
In the middle of July.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why did I say that again? Why did I say that? It must be time to go.
Don't panic. He's back in October, folks.
October, middle of October.
Thank you to Andrew, to the whole team, from all of us here. Good night, everybody.